Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news that steel output in China is retrenching and falling away quite fast now. But first up today, we had another dairy auction overnight, and another positive one. Prices were up for the fifth consecutive time, this time recording a 1.7% gain in US dollars and a 0.9% gain in New Zealand dollars. Both whole milk powder and skim milk powder prices posted outsized gains, and in fact skim milk powder prices breached the $3,000 a tonne level for the first time since August 2014, and whole milk powder prices are their highest since late 2016. The cumulative rise for all of 2019 is now 22% in US dollars and 30% in New Zealand dollars. In the US, their expected October rebound in new housing starts occurred, but they were not as strong as expected. Building permit levels, however, did come in as expected. In Canada, workers at their largest rail network are on strike, which will affect Canadian economic statistics. The network has recently announced it is cutting jobs as it deals with a weakening North American economy that has eroded demand. In China, crude steel output fell 4.7% in October from the previous month to 2.6 million tonnes per day, decelerating from a 2% decline in September. In Australia, the minutes from the November RBA rate review meeting show that it was a lot closer to cutting than markets predicted, but opted for the wait and assess approach. The release of their thinking has hit Aussie bond yields, and New Zealand yields have suffered some collateral damage too. Just how positive the economic situation in New Zealand is again illustrated by the OECD 2019 growth update. Year-on-year GDP growth for the OECD area was stable at 1.6% in the third quarter of 2019, and that was only held up by the US at 2%. New Zealand, however, is expected to record a 2.4% growth. US Treasury 10-year yield is down another 3 basis points today at now 1.78% and softening. Gold is unchanged at $1,473 an ounce, and US oil prices are sharply lower today, now just over $55.50 a barrel, and the Brent benchmark is just on $61 a barrel. Both represent further falls of more than $1. And the Kiwi dollar is firm this morning at 64.3 US cents. On the cross rates, we're now just over 94.1 Australian cents, and against the euro up to 58 euro cents. That pushes the trade-weighted index to just on 69.4. And Bitcoin is softer this morning at $8,094, an overnight drop of 3.7%. These drops are starting to accumulate. Since the beginning of the month, the Bitcoin price has fallen 11%. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.